What is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here. We are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Monday, January 30th slate of NBA action. I'm super excited to dive into it. We actually have a pretty great slate on of NBA games as of today, so hopefully we can go ahead and find some winners. I found 3 plays that I do really like. I more than likely will be adding one as well. I'm just waiting for a couple like props and stuff to actually come out. So we do currently have 3 game picks, but if you guys are wanting to see if I end up adding any, make sure you guys do check out the pinned comment section down below, and also check out my Twitter. Both those spots will end up having an added play if I end up having one. But without any further ado, I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still currently on the road to 11,000 subscribers. At the time of recording this video, we are less than 30 subscribers away, so if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me. So much more than you guys will ever know. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into a quick recap as of yesterday. We were very close to the clean sweep, bringing out the shades, bringing out the sunnies again, but unfortunately, we did end up losing by literally just one leg of a same-game parlay, so let's go ahead and dive into it. So, we did end up having the Grizzlies minus 9.5 here versus the Pacers, minus 110 odds. This game was very close. It was, the Pacers, they were actually up pretty big before halftime. I think they were up by like 15 plus. And then going into the fourth quarter, the Grizzlies ended up tying it and then pulling away in the fourth. So it was definitely a sweat. That's for sure. I kind of turned the game off because I really didn't think it was going to end up working. But somehow it did. Shout out the Grizzlies. They ended up coming through for us. Then we had the Pelicans and the Bucks over 233 at minus 110. Both these offenses kind of, well, more so the Pelicans. The Pelicans really kind of struggled in that first half, but in the second half they ended up taking off, and we ended up hitting this over pretty easily. And then we did end up having our same game parlay that we ended up adding. We had Bam Adebayo, 10-plus rebounds versus Charlotte, and Jimmy Butler over 18.5 points. Jimmy gets the points, no problem. I think he scored close to 30 points tonight, but Bam Adebayo, wow, that was an abysmal performance from the rebounding category there, bud. He ended up having like 4 rebounds, I think it was. It really wasn't even close. So we ended up losing on that one, but we were literally just one leg away from having a clean sweep. But regardless, due to the fact that through Wednesday through Sunday, we did end up having a losing week, just barely ended up having a losing week, but so regardless, there is going to be a $50 giveaway as of today. So if you guys do want to have a chance to be able to enter into the giveaway, make sure you guys do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and go ahead and comment whatever you want. I will, of course, be checking to make sure that you are subbed to the channel, but make sure that you guys do have a way for me to contact you, whether it be Twitter, whether it be Instagram, whether it be just YouTube, whether it be a good email, something that I can reliably trust for me to be able to reach you by, just because I want to be able to send it to you in a way that I don't have to worry about any scammers. I don't have to worry about people trying to pretend that they're somebody else. Don't have to worry about any of that. I just want to make sure that it does get to the true winner. So make sure you guys do have a way for me to be able to contact you, and also make sure you guys do have a way to set up so that way I can actually send you the money, whether it be PayPal, whether it be Cash App, Venmo. I really don't care, but just make sure you guys do have something set up so that way I have a way to be able to actually send it to you. So now that that's all out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and dive into today's plays. So for our first official play of the day, we are going with the Warriors and the Thunder over 241 at minus 110 odds. Now, I know that this number is pretty high, but all the stats do back this one, and I think it's a pretty good spot overall. OKC is 16-9 to the over this year at home, which ranks 4th in the entire NBA, one of the best over teams, in the NBA at home. And Golden State Warriors are 17-5-1 to the over on the road, which ranks 1st in the NBA. So both these teams, they are very good at getting the over just in general, but especially in these designated positions. Also for the Thunder, there is not going to be any Lou Dort in this game, so that is going to definitely take a hit on the OKC Thunder defense. Also, the Golden State Warriors are 2nd in points per game, one of the best scoring teams in all of basketball, and believe it or not, the Thunder are actually right behind them. They are 6th in points per game, so both these teams are just inside the top 6 whenever it comes to points per game. Also, OKC, they do average 5 more points per game at home, a better scoring offense at home, which definitely makes sense. OKC plays much better at home. The spread is only 2.5 as well. I think that or 3.5, excuse me. I think it should be a pretty close game between these two. I actually wanted to take OKC to cover, but the stats weren't all there per se, so I wasn't huge on this one. But OKC, they do allow the 10th most points per game to opposing teams, and Golden State Warriors, they are 26th in points allowed. And both these teams do end up giving up a lot of points, so I do think it's a pretty good spot to target. Golden State Warriors do also allow 9 more points per game on the road, so they give up a ton more points on the road. So I do love that spot for them. And Golden State Warriors, they are the 3rd worst defensive efficiency on the road this year. They're not a very good defensive team, specifically on the road. And OKC, they have the 10th worst defensive efficiency in their last 3 games, which normally they're at 9th. So missing Lou Dort has been detrimental to this team. Their defense has completely plummeted without Lou Dort on the floor. So I really do like this one here for our first official play of the day. Warriors and the Thunder over 241 at -110 odds. Now for our second official play of the day, we are going to be going to the Blazers -2.5 here versus the Hawks at -110 odds. Now when these two teams play, you just want to take the home team because the home team has split the last 6 matchups. So between the last 6 matchups, whoever was the home team, they ended up winning and covering. So I do like this one. Atlanta is also 11-14-1 against the spread on the road. They are not profitable on the road. Portland is 14-10 against the spread at home. They are more profitable than not. So sign me up. I think it's a pretty good spot here. Portland is in a bounce back situation too. They're coming off of a pretty big loss versus Toronto. I think they do look to actually get right in this game and actually have a pretty solid game. Portland is also covered in 2 of their last 3 games. They've been a pretty solid team here recently. Hopefully they can carry that momentum. And Atlanta has only covered in 1 out of their last 4. And the only one that they did end up covering against was the Oklahoma City Thunder. So not necessarily the greatest here for the Hawks. They're kind of struggling. The Blazers are starting to pick things back up. So I just think that we're going to be taking the team that is trending in the right direction. So I really do like this here for our second official play of the day. Trailblazers -2.5 here versus the Hawks at -110 odds. Now for our third and final play of the day, we are going to be taking the Raptors and the Suns. We're taking the under 227.5 at -110 odds. Now Phoenix is really good to the under at home this year. They are 16-10 to the under at home, and Toronto is 19th in points per game. They average slightly fewer points per game on the road, so they are a better offense when they are at home. Phoenix is 20th in points per game, so it's not like they're a tremendous, very high-blazing team either. They don't really score a ton of points, and both these defenses are very, very solid. Phoenix does allow the 5th fewest points per game to opposing teams, and they allow 6 fewer points per game at home. So Phoenix is a very good team this year when it comes to the defensive side of things, and Toronto also allows the 9th fewest points per game to opposing teams. So you're looking at 2 teams that are just either in the top 5 or just outside the top 5 when it comes to points per game, and both these teams are very, very slow-paced. Phoenix is 20th in pace, Toronto is 26th. Both these teams definitely very slow-paced teams, good defenses, and not necessarily the greatest scoring offenses. So I really do think it's a pretty good spot here to be taking an under for them. So we're going to be riding with it for our third and final play of the day. Raptors and the Suns under 227.5 at -110 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are still currently on the road to 11,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys are subbed. But that's going to do it for me. This is King Sarah signing out. Peace.